Hey guys, how are you guys doing today? So today I'm going to be showing you how I do my sewing usually. And basically, first I'm going to show you start off by showing you my invisible part lace closure. So basically it has lace right here. And I had, in my other video I didn't show you guys what I did after I cut it right here. And I added lace to it instead of adding clips or whatever. You can add clips to it as well so that you can be able to function it, move it apart, move it close together. But I put lace here so I'll be able to sew it down, or not have to add glue as well, to be able to sew it around the perimeter of it. And it kind of creates like a really cool part. Like it doesn't look like a bar. It looks really natural. It's really weird. So I kind of created something different here. Maybe a new invention. Invisible lace front closure. Invisible part lace. That's what it's called. Alright, you guys, so what you're going to need is a weaving net. Well, the weaving net, I'm going to be using it to make my hair a little bit more sturdy. My hair is very sturdy so far, but this is going to add a little bit more stability. So when I'm sewing it in, it'll look nice and neat and flat. So your weave, of course. And if you have like a lace closure or like a closure, a regular closure, whatever I just made, or an invisible part, you can do that instead. And then you have to have your needle and your thread, of course. I'm using three different types of needles. I'm using the curve, the hook, and I'm using the straight, because I had 4 of the curve, but one of them broke, and then 2 of them aren't trying to go through the thread, because I guess the thread is too thick for the curve. For some reason, I don't know why. And then that's basically all you're gonna need. So let me show you guys my braid pattern. So my braid pattern is it's like a circle right here. It's like a zigzag and a square, and then a square, and then a zigzag. Around the back of it is like a zigzag and like another zigzag. So basically my braid pattern isn't that unique, but it's like so that it doesn't pull out my edges or pull out my nape. And I'm trying to have it so that it's not gonna like you pull out my hair or whatever. And I have it tight to the point where it's not too tight where I'm gonna end up having balding edges, but it's to the point where it's gonna stay nice and neat for a long period of time. So this is to make it more sturdy, and I'm basically gonna put this over this area behind the first braid. So because when I put this on, it pulls my braid back in the front, and I don't like that. So I'm gonna start right here around this part, and then I'm gonna put it back here like so, and then sew it around the perimeter, and that's gonna be the next part you will be seeing me doing. And that's it, you guys, and I'll see you. So basically, I am going to put this like so, just trying to pre-measure out where I want it to be. And I'm gonna like sew around this area back, and I'm gonna start from the front and then work my way around. I'm using my curved needle for this part. I usually take about 2 needles, 2 arm length threaded needles, and I'm gonna cut it off. Take about 2. Usually takes about that. Could use 1, sometimes use 2, sometimes use 3. And I'm gonna just cut around the perimeter of it. I'm trying to look in the mirror right now, trying to get it closer to me. And of course I moved that to the areas 3 times. I'm gonna leave a little bit of excess, around some areas. And not scissors, shears. And now, next I will be applying the closure. And I'll be moving areas again so that you guys can see it very brightly. Alright, you guys, so I'm going to be taking my closure and I'm just going to put it into a very, very loose ponytail so that the hair doesn't get in my way when I'm trying to sew around it. And I'm using a very, very thick elastic band. Very loose. Alright, so I can stay flat on my head. So then I'm going to be applying this like so. I'm going to move it a little bit forward because it moves back a little bit when I start sewing around it. So, alright, you guys, so I basically cut right here in the center so that my part that I have here can be seen. Oops, I accidentally loosened the ponytail. So let me put it back in. Alright, you guys. So I have my closure right here, and I'm going to put it a little bit further in the front, like so. And I'm going to sew around the perimeter with my curved needle. Now I've switched to a straight needle, which I don't really like using, but I'll do it. guys, I'm almost done. I'm on my, I think it was about 10 needles, so I'm on my 10th needle. And it's curved this time, so I'm gonna finish flipping it over, and I should be done. Alright, honey, so let me adjust this camera. Alright, you guys, so basically my closure, I basically took off the band and then flipped it over and adjusted it into place so that it could disguise any tracks and anything like that. And so I guess what do they call it? Lay to the guys? I guess I'm laying to the guys. Well, until I cut it and style it into the bob cut I want to. So this is what it looks like. It looks good this way too. Sure, I could work this, but I gotta make this a little bit more fabulous for my needs. And yes, okay, so I'm gonna scoot up to you so you can see how the closure looks and see any things that went down on this hair today. It took me about 4 hours or so to finish it. I think including braiding, I would say 4 or 5 hours including braiding. It took me a little bit longer than usual because I did instead of just going straight back, I kind of did like different stuff so that the straight back pulls on your edges, and I don't want that. So I just braided it to the side, made it go back, and I did all that squiggly squaggly and all that. So yes, instead of doing that, and my hair is done for now until I start styling it, and that will be in the next video. Thank you guys for watching, and ta-ta.